We are now able to communicate with our LoRaWAN object. We will now explain how generic relay.py works, which allows us to standardize all communications. This is a generalization of what we did with Sigfox. As a reminder, with Sigfox, we saw that we received post requests from the network gateway, and we had set the URL path to /Sigfox. The format of this post was specific to Sigfox. In the LNS configuration, we have defined different paths for each technology. /TTN for the Things Network, /LNS for Aclio, and /chirpstack. Guess for whom? Obviously, each type of LNS has its own format, but this allows us to create a single REST server. With Flask, we will process each path, which will indicate the format we expect. When a post arrives, we extract the sensor data through processing specific to each network gateway. Once we have retrieved the data, we call the common forward data function. This function takes the sensor message as an argument and sends it on a UDP socket to the loopback address on port 33033, as at the beginning of the course. This way, the display server program can process the CBOR message from the sensor. The forward data function then uses the select call to wait for a response from the program for 0.1 seconds. If data is received, it is returned to the calling function. Otherwise, none is returned. In this case, the post from the network gateway is simply acknowledged. So for each LNS technology, we know if downlink data needs to be sent to the link. Of course, each LNS technology has its own way of doing this. In the post response for Sigfox and Aclio, in a URI provided during the request for TTN. So we make a post before leaving the initial post. Also in a post with chirpstack. But the authentication information must first be configured. This information is found in the chirpstack_secret.py file. We remind you that some operators limit or charge for downlinks, so check the conditions carefully before testing them. Last point, this program is a rudimentary implementation of the sheet compression mechanism, with a single implicit rule. That would consist of building an IPUDP header for all received data.